Well, well, guys, Wally here. I'm up in the I'm up in the very unused office. Unused office, which is probably going to change. And I'm Evie's giving out to me because I ate stuff. I'm always getting given out there for eating stuff. Do you guys given out there for eating stuff in the house? Like do your kids give out to you because you've eaten all the food? I think they just need to hurry up. How's it going, Saws? What's the crack? I think they just need to hurry up a wee bit. Sorry, I'm just trying to arrange this tripod a little bit crooked. What's the crack, everybody? 4 people there. Let's get them thumbs up before we get started. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Oh, thumbs up. Thumbs up. So, guys, don't come up here like a frog licking. What is that?
An orange.
It's not very orange. It's more like a red than an orange.
It's a blood orange.
A blood orange, right? So, guys,
goodbye.
Goodbye.
I just came
Goodbye.
Up here to say hello.
Hello. Goodbye.
Oh,
Yes.
me.
So, who's there? Who's on? Come on, guys. Get in the comments, say hello so I can see who's here so I know what to talk about. It's cold here. It's cold. Down at Red Branch today, trying to shoot some videos. Trying to get those. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I've started uploading some videos direct to my business page on Facebook. To my Red Branch Bushcraft Facebook page, and those videos are called Homeschooling for Adventurous Kids. Now, the way it's going to work, Pat, how's it going? The way it's going to work, guys, is that those videos are going to upload on a Monday and a Wednesday on Facebook, but the one that uploads on a Monday is going to upload on the Wednesday on YouTube. So the videos are going to be on YouTube first. There's in my business page, hopefully they just sort of prime the business, I suppose, for when lockdown is, if lockdown is lifted. COVID free zone, no! COVID free zone, yes, I know. COVID free zone, guys. Yeah, but they did announce yesterday that our lockdown is going to continue until at least 5th of March. So I am, as a business, closed until at least the 5th of March. So I need to, probably schools are going to be closed until 5th of March as well. So I'm going to be full-time house husband. Yay! I don't mind. I don't mind at all, actually. It just means that there's no opportunity for an income. Roddy, how's it going? Stephen, how's it going? Garrett, how's it going? Sorry, I missed some there with my little bit of a rant. And Pat, I like saws. No, got you saw. Guys, how's it going, everybody? Roddy, how's the winter keeping you up there in Scotland at the minute? It's a bit cold by, isn't it? You getting any snow? The hand's alright, Garrett. Tell you the truth. I did shoot some one-handed videos yesterday, and I was a little bit sore last night. It's cold here too, Roddy. It's cold here too. Like hard frost today. I shot some. No, Garrett, you taking the piss? I tried to split some wood one-handed yesterday. Sort of successful. The stuff that I did manage to split, it wasn't very difficult to split. So, what I do have, guys, is I shot a quite interesting video yesterday. Today, Rob, how's it going? So you have snow today? We're talking about maybe a bit of snow here overnight. Well, I don't know. Yeah, right, Garrett. Yeah. So, guys, I shot a video shot a video yesterday that I have wanted to shoot for a long time, to tell you the truth. And it was, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unplug this. Sorry. I'm going to turn this around. Hang on a second. It's all about to go a bit crazy. Yeah. So I just changed my phone around because my camera is on this side of the phone, and that is where the notifications come up as well. So it means that it doesn't look like I'm looking off all the time. So, guys, I did a one-handed firelighting video yesterday, which was interesting. So, out in the woods, injure your hand, getting the fire going, and seeing if I could get a fire going with one hand. And it was cool. It was interesting. It was interesting. It's more. I think, Critter. It's because it's more compressed. Is that the right word? So it's more concentrated. That's what it is. And do you know what color a fart is? It's ready on the inside and then it's blue outside, isn't it? Guys, I'm here all night. I'm here all night. Yeah, so hopefully at some stage over the weekend we might get a bit of snow. That would be class. It would be class, except that I'm not supposed to play in it because I have a stupid sore wrist. But yes, guys, not the biggest of breaks, but only my second broken bone in my life, if you can believe that. With all the crazy stuff that I used to get up to, guys, the only thing I've ever broken before is my big toe, and I broke that playing football over in Montana. There you go. There you go. What he's letting all those all the secrets out tonight. So what's everybody else at, guys? Any plans for the weekend? Any camping plans? Anybody getting out? Anybody running any saws, cutting firewood? For you, Pat, I think the world is catching to get up to you. Polishing boots all day. Why are you polishing boots? Or am I missing something there? What do you mean, what's it like in the States? Work now, firewood tomorrow. You working at the minute, Pat? Stephen, what do you mean? Are you asking me that question? What's it like in the States? It's great. Lots of timber and wood and guns and fun stuff. What? The Hacky Peaky Eagle. What is that? What's that? Explain that a wee bit better there, Gareth. Laying in bed, drinking beer, and looking like a basking walrus. You are living the dream, Critter87. Living the dream. Oh, nice. Nice. Guys, I could do with a load of firewood. Well, I'm itching for a load of firewood at the minute. I don't know. I don't know if that video has come out yet. I was talking about that, about running saws and running firewood. I sort of seem to be at a stage where I need. Oh, I know what it is. Yes. Yeah, Garrett. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know what you mean. So logs in one end. Sorry, raw timber in one end, logs out the other end. Split logs out the other end. So I sort of have an itching to get, get maybe 6 or 7 decent big trees in, and that would sack me up and set me up for the following year. I know. Where are you again, Critter? Where are we talking about? Feet and feet of snow all over the place for months and months on end, which just seems absolutely amazing. You burned 2 cords. I am on 4 cords at the minute. Oh, Idaho. Pat, I am on at least 4 cords at the minute. That's 1, that's 2, no, sorry, 3 cords. I've burned 3 cords already since August. So, but we light our fire early. We pretty much we run our fire 10 months of the year, for aesthetics as much as anything else, you know. So I just love having the fire going. But in the winter, the fire is just burning and burning and burning 24/7. So, good man, good man. And what's the most consistent wood you're getting over there, Pat? And we can get anything here. This is the issue. Is that, well, it's not an issue. Everything is hard to get, but what you do get, it can be anything. Like the guy was on to me about dropping me down a load of poplar, but I don't even know if that would be worth my while taking. I don't know if it's any good for firewood, you know. So I don't know if he got that job or not. So yes, but poplar, I think poplar burns very fast. I know. That's the way of it, hey. That's the way of it, Saws, isn't it? Oak, cherry, locust, and walnut. No. Well, Pat, locust is very hard wood, isn't it? Walnut here there's not a lot of walnut here in Ireland, and if a walnut tree falls, it's going to be used for something. It's not going to be firewood. You know, it's worth a lot of money in planks and in all that stuff for cabinet makers and wood turners and everything. So maybe I might start planting some walnuts. I was looking at that today. I was out in the garden today, and I still have about 500 trees left over from when I got all those trees back in March. Poplar is a pine. Oh, no, poplar was a pine. Poplar is very soft, isn't it? Very, very big tree, huge trees. Yeah, they're very tall, aren't they? Like you're talking like one of the tallest trees you're going to see in a ditch is going to be a poplar. Guys, if you're watching on your phone, X out of live chat and hit that thumbs up right now. Chili and fritters. Chili and fritters sounds good. We had chicken goujons and wedges. Dad dinner, everything beige. Makes great kindling. Do you know, when I was on the camp out, Saws, I had a couple of those little sticks, those little small sticks I was keeping for getting the temperature of the fire up and stuff. Some of that was willow. Some of that was willow that would have been under storage for about 2 years. You're talking stuff an inch thick, a foot long, 2 foot long, that had been in dry storage for about 2 years, and there was still water bubbling out of that when it was on the fire, if you can believe that. Is it even worth burning? You know, why would you bother? I don't understand. It's not something I've ever dealt with. Now, I was up the other day. I was out for a walk, and I went to a place where I actually bought some firewood off the forestry that I haven't collected. It was if you, I don't know how long you guys have subbed. I know some of you have subbed a long time, but way back when I got the Frankens off first. Yeah, poplar. So I was way up the top of a mountain getting firewood, cutting. It was either European larch or it was dug for a big load of windfall up on the side of this mountain, and I thought maybe I'd be able to get back up there in the truck, in the pickup, you know, and get some more. It's quite a steep, you know, it's up a mountain, like it's up a mountain, but it's not a road up a mountain, it's a gravel track. But Jesus, I went to go up, walked up there the other day on Sunday. That's just wind bushes everywhere, all over the road, and trees, you know, like 5-foot trees growing in the middle of the track and everything, you know. And I was up there last year and it was fine, you know. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't even know if I'm going to get up to it. But there's about 1,000 trees down, right? And you're talking 80-90 foot tall monster trees right up on a ridge, right? But to get into them is just mental. White birch. White birch, white birch, white birch. We have silver birch here. It's probably the same thing, is it? Critter is a silver birch. You can burn the bark, paper, like a paper bark on it, or the paper bark tree to call it as well. Uh, yes, yes, yes. So that's a lot of the times when you see me camping and stuff and I'm lighting a fire, I use the bark for lighting. The only ones I know of is a downy birch and a silver birch, and to tell the difference between the two of them, I wouldn't really know, look. Ah, I get it. Downy birch is your copper birch. That's the difference there. That's so I think. Yeah, you can. The birch sap tastes. It tastes like the purest water you ever drank in your life. They sell it in Sainsbury's and all over here, so they do. Like, so it's like absolutely perfect water that has never been contaminated or has never been filtered or anything. I don't know if you guys have ever drank water straight from a well. I'm sure a lot of you have. You know, just has this pure. There's no taste or anything. It just, the only way you can describe it is that it tastes pure. You know, and that's what birch sap tastes like. Yeah, in early spring, and you can do the same with a sycamore as well. And there's a couple of other trees that you can tap as well, and it's all the same sort of juice. But the birch is the easiest to do because you can just literally nip the end of a branch and put your bottle over the branch, and it'll just drip in and fill up your bottle. But yeah, a lot of guys do it. There's a fair bit. It takes a bit of time and all, but I don't know if I could be bothered, to tell you the truth. I'm definitely not going to be going into Sainsbury's to buy it by the bottle, you know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Not when I can buy my bottles of that other stuff. What do you call it? What do you call that stuff? Well, he can't remember stuff today. Root beer. Wally's favorite, root beer. So, what do you think I am drinking tonight, guys? Let's play the game. What's Wally drinking? So I have about 30 hazel trees to go. Yeah, just water. Yeah, just tap water. Just tap water. So the hazel just parked up behind me. As I said, it's cold. Really? Yeah. Yeah, saws. That's it. Yeah. Just bar oil, baby. Just bar oil. Hardwoods aren't natural. Hang on a second there. Get rid of you. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Doug fir and western larch, but they're harder to get going and don't seem to last any longer than birch or white pine. Yeah, I actually found birch. We don't get occurring either. But I did score some from down at the local primary school where they're building a new bit onto it, and I went down and there was a load of birch trees. Now you're talking 4-inch, something like that. It was very soft, but very, very soft. I haven't burned it yet. I just split it and stacked it a couple of months ago. I probably did a video on it. I think I did a video on cutting it up with the saw, but I do like burning. I do like burning larch, and I do like burning, especially August, September time like that, before I have got my chimney cleaned for the year. Do you know what I mean? When just to take the chill out in the evenings, get a bit of larch in there. Do you mean birch, Rob, or do you mean brick from Anchorman? Speaking of Anchorman, where's Doug? Doug, you on there? Birch, yes. And guys, as I was saying, peel that bark off. You can use that bark to light your fire. Okay, it's full of oil. And that's why the birch burns so hot, guys, is that bark is full of naturally occurring oils. And if you burn that bark separately, I don't know how many of you guys on here are into your bushcraft and stuff. If you burn that bark on its own, pure black smoke comes out of it. As long as it's seasoned, Roddy, yeah. Some of it just burns better than others. Isn't that the way, isn't it? Isn't that the way? Hey, what's your favourite firewood? That's a question for you. I do have a willow coppice. I do have a for making stuff in the woods. I like maple. I like maple. Well, maple as in sycamore. Yeah, yeah. Beech. Well, guys, there's a lot of beech about. There's a lot of beech about that's failing at the minute. Yeah, Kieran, I'm with you, hey. There's a lot of beech about that's failing at the minute, especially over here. Yeah, ash is the king of the firewood, isn't that what they call it? So I'm in Northern Ireland, right? So whatever 100 years ago, the plantation of Ulster, whenever that happened, and the English and the Scottish and all came over, and the land was all given away and stuff. All the landlords planted beech because they liked the big majestic beech trees. But all those trees are coming to the end of their natural life, so we're getting a lot of beech failures, a lot of beech coming down, a lot of beech needing to come down. So that big score of beech I got last March, April, that was 8 trees that had to be taken down because they were diseased in a public park. So that's what you're going to find, guys. So there's probably going to be a glut of beech firewood in the next, I don't know, between now and 3 years anyway. But here's the thing, like, so you think about all them big trees coming down, how many trees are going in to replace them, you know? Yeah, beech splits well. It splits well when it splits well, but if it doesn't want to split, Roddy, it is a bitch. It is so hard, so hard. They fall on the fences. Do you know, Roddy, I found the frozen beech easier to split. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Pat. So we have a big reforestation movement here, guys. You know, all these people trying to replant places and stuff, and trying to get the government involved. And the government are like, we're going to plant 1 million trees between now and such, and that's all bullshit. I don't believe any of it, you know. So, but they reckon the best way to do it is to just let nature replant itself. But we have destroyed so much of that. Do you know what I mean? You're better off just cutting the fence and just putting it over the trunk. Do you know what I mean? Guys, farmers love nailing fences to trees. It's a disaster, a disaster. Like a big sycamore I was working on there a good while ago. You know, guys, 10 foot of that trunk was full of wire. Do you know what I mean? And it was a disaster. I had to stop. I had to leave it. It's probably popped back up at this stage. It was a big massive root plate and all, you know, laying down in a field. I did videos on it as well. Yeah, of course. They're saying we're going to replant, but it's going to be spruce, or it's going to be Norway spruce, or it's going to be something else. And that's a crop, guys. That's you're planting crops. You're not planting trees. That's what I think. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Those plantations, if managed correctly, do have a benefit for whatever amount of years they are planted. But you know, you're only talking 30 years. A horseshoe in the tree. Jesus, that will, technical terms, make shite of us all. Yeah, same here, Pat. Same here. But I mean, in the house, firewood. Do you know what I mean? Firewood hung up in the tree. How the hell did that get up there? Somebody probably chucked it up there. But yeah. So I was up there. I went up to this mountain anyway. looking, scoping out the place to see if I could get, first if I could get the truck up, and second to see how I would get this wood out. Now you're talking walking 10 yards into, it's like, do you ever see the footage of a way back in the 1800s? There was a meteor or something hit somewhere in Russia, somewhere way up in Siberia, and there was like 800 miles of flattened forest from an epicenter. Just when I got, woof, that's what it's like. It's like you would have to cut your way in to get the stuff out. Yeah, Roddy, it's the same here. It's the same here. Green deserts. So, saws. You're over in Leitrim, aren't you? Stuff. So, we don't have that here. We don't have that here at all. So what we would have had here was, because the forestry was so well established in the UK, back in the 60s, they planted European larch here, you know, which wasn't as bad, you know, but they did. You would go to certain areas and they would have spruce, Sticha spruce planted 6 foot apart in rows upon rows upon rows. You know, the branches grow right down. Nothing can get in underneath it. It's dark. It's dead. It's dead. And believe it or not, guys, and here's the thing. I mentioned this in a couple of videos. Red Branch was exactly the same. That's the way Red Branch was when I first went down to it and first started Terry Wogan. When I first started operating out of Red Branch, guys, but 5 years of thinning and crown raising, that's what Red Branch looks like now. You know, you've seen me do loads of videos at Red Branch. You see how open it is. And we are actually in Red Branch the other day, guys, shooting the homeschooling video, guys, the homeschooling videos with the fire, and myself and Lily. So I'm like this, looking at Lily, like Lily is where yous are, and Lily's lighting the fire, and I have the camera, and I just look up, and about 3 feet behind her, a buzzard just came flying through the trees like that, with something in its talons. Buzzards are a big bird as well, like, and Evie was over the other side, about 15 foot away on the swing, so it flew in between Evie and Lily like that, and out into another section in the forest, like. And you know, and when we were down there 4 years ago, it was nothing, not even insects. Do you know, it was such a different place. Such a different place, like it's hard to know, isn't it? It's hard to know. When farmers are getting grants from the EU and all these places to turn every single scrap of land into arable farmland, you know, what chance does nature have? Honestly, you know, they're going in, there's a bit of bog, they're draining it, you know, and the bog's important. Yeah, I know what you mean, Roddy. And they're going in, and the farmers are, you know, tearing it all out with diggers and piling everything up into the middle of the field and setting it on fire, and like, I had to read that 3 times. Did that happen today? Pat, did that happen today? I thought you said I had a turnkey, you know, yeah, a turkey fly into your truck. Jesus. Turkeys are a big bird. We don't get them here. We don't get them here. So I have 2 weeks with this soft cast on. Hey, what a disaster. Yes, it missed something there. Yes, suits of armor are important in medieval times. So yeah, 2 weeks, guys. What the hell am I going to do? No, he's in New Jersey, which is not in Ireland, Roddy. Sorry, it's just down the road from Ireland. So, oh, what was I saying? Well, the thing is, Rob, it's like this. It's not. They thought there's a scaphoid bone in there, right, on your actual wrist that they thought that was broken, but it's not. It normally breaks if you land on it like that, right? And she says if that's broken, they can require surgery because they're just like a floating bone, it's just sort of in there. But that's not what's broken. So on my radius here, my radius sort of beaks out a little bit where it joins onto the wrist. So it's there's like a little bit of a peak that sticks out, and there's a tiny little crack on the inside of it. Oh, it's tiny, boy, tiny little thing. So what apparently with where it is and stuff, if I don't keep this on, it's so tempted just to take it off and just go back to normal. Where's that ban button, Roddy? Hang on, where's that ban button? Ban. But apparently it's one of these things that if you don't let it mend now, like I'm 40, 43. If I don't, it's one of these things that can come back later on with arthritis and stuff like that. So I have to wear it, and I'm not supposed to drive, or am I? This is the thing. How did you get the red branch? I don't know. So it's just one of these stupid things. But it was nothing. This is, it was absolutely nothing. It was like, ow, and then move on, and then it got sore. But hey, what can you do? But it has put a stop to all my building projects. That's the only thing. So I had made a start on the permanent bushcraft shelter. Yes, I suppose shelter is the right word. But that's, definitely not going to be able to dig a hole and handle a shovel. I think that would just be too much pressure. So, but it's nearly a week already. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that big of a deal. I suppose. Lucky enough, I had a few videos lined up to come out, so not all of them have come out yet. Ginge, how's it going, man? Welcome. So, not a lot of those have. Sorry, most of them have come out. I think the one-handed firelighting video is actually going to come out tomorrow, even though I only shot that one yesterday. Yeah. I could. Here's the thing, right? This is what I was talking to Siobhan about today. Saws. I ordered new bushcraft clothes. I'm going to say outdoor gear from a company called Varstulika in Finland. Guys, it was shipped on the 2nd of January, and it left Finland to go to the UK on the 5th of January, and it has disappeared. All the tracking has stopped because of Brexit. Nobody knows where anything is, and it's just been. And this was stuff Siobhan bought me for my birthday. So a new pair of trousers, and a new smock, to test out for the channel. And I was really looking forward to getting this stuff. It's not here. I ordered. I got some vouchers and stuff, so I've ordered some of that Helicontext stuff. Pat, you need to make the hobo stove video first so I can see how to do it. There you go. Ball back in your court, buddy. Hoo-yah! So I ordered some Helicontext stuff, guys. Some of the bushcraft range. I got a couple of vouchers there. But it's the same. I know it's mental. It's like everything has just gone. Stop. It's just stopped. Guys, we have Amazon Prime here. I have ordered stuff, and I ordered these trousers on Amazon Prime, the Helicontext ones. I've ordered stuff on Amazon Prime on a Saturday afternoon, and it's turned up on a Sunday afternoon. Do you know what I mean? and which is a bit too fast. It doesn't need to be that fast when it's coming from England, you know. That's coming a whole different country away. But this, I ordered these trousers yesterday, and they're not going to be here until the 27th. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's, no, sorry, I ordered them on the 20th, and they're not going to be here until the 27th. You know, so that's 7-day shipping time. You know, since Christmas, whereas before and just after Christmas, it would have been 2 days to 1 day shipping time. It's now 7 days. You know, and that's only coming across the sea. Oh yeah, Bruno is Bruno. I had him out today, but jeez, he's just he's mental. You know where I split the firewood. Ah, lovely, Pat. You know where I split the firewood out the back, and I have that where I built the. When I first started uploading every day, my first big project that I did back in April was the log storage out the back, right? And that's 4 rows deep log storage. Well, in at the back corner of that, that's what we call the cat highway. That's where all the cats travel between the gardens, is along that. So I want to take Bruno out to put him into the truck to take him down to Red Branch today for a run, you know, because Red Branch is secure. I can just let him run, and he just went to take them round. Boom, Bruno's gone, boy. Gone like a rocket. Like a rocket. I thought he was going to jump off the road. There's like a bit of a 6 foot fall down into the field. Into where the cows are and chase the cows, but he didn't. He was just gone. So I picked Cooter up. I wasn't worried. Picked Cooter up, put her in the back of the truck, put the tailgate up, went to walk around the corner, and I could hear this commotion in at the hedge, which separates me and my neighbour. It's a big hedge, 6 foot. You've seen me cut it before, guys. And next thing, Bruno comes through the hedge. Guys, this hedge is about 6 to 7 foot deep, right? Next thing, Bruno comes through the hedge, like right through this middle of this hedge. And he's like, where is it? Where is it? Ah! Runs around the truck. I opened the tailgate and I said, get in the truck, Bruno. And he just jumped straight into the truck, closed the tailgate and turned it down and unlocked it. And my neighbour and Siobhan came out and said, all right, sorry, went down to Red Branch, came back up. And Siobhan says to me, I was working and I was looking out the window and Bruno came flying over the wall, hit the ground, turned, and back over again. Like, he's like a horse. He's like a horse. He's like a monkey horse with no thumbs. That's what he's like. That's what he's like. He's doing great. He's doing great. He's downstairs sleeping at the minute. What's going on there? He's a lunatic. He's a lunatic. Great crack. Absolutely great crack. And such an amazing temperament. Like, he's so big that when you go past him, you have to jump on top of him and hug him. Do you know what I mean? It's what you do with a big dog. Do you know what I mean? So that's what he gets. You know, hang off. When he goes to walk away and Evie just be hanging around his neck and stuff like this, and he just puts up with it and walks off, which is great for a 10-month-old dog, you know. So he's plenty of brains, great temperament. He's a good dog. Just got to keep an eye on him, you know. Keep an eye on him in case some thieving right in my wheel. Yeah, he's only 10 months old. It's crazy, isn't it? Sorry, Pat. I gotta see that. I missed two there. Sheep are mental. You have any Ackle sheep over there? Yeah, 10 months, probably nearly 11. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Feels like such a part of the family already, like. So, and I was thinking back on this today. So it is April since I started uploading a video a day. Can you believe that as well? April of last year. I wonder how I would figure that out exactly and try and leave it for a year. But I don't know. I don't know if I would stop uploading every day. Do you know what I mean? It's not difficult. It's not a lot of pressure on me to upload every day. I know sometimes there can be some videos that are a little bit shorter and stuff like that. And some of them you can obviously tell I'm putting a lot more thought and preparation into. But I sort of like it. What do you guys think? Do you like the everyday, or do you feel that there's a little bit of pressure on you guys to watch every video? Or is that even a thing? Or is that me just being stupid? What do you reckon? Do you have Roddy, is yours an Australian Shepherd, is it? Is Rowan an Australian Shepherd? You've shown me pictures of him before, haven't you? Tumbleweed, tumbleweed, tumbleweed. There you go. I'll go with that. So I think our video's coming out now to like the 27th. So you know, I was out yesterday and I shot 2 videos, and splitting firewood with one hand is hard. A border collie? Is he a collie? Ah, collies are a tough dog. A tough dog to train, I find. A border collie is a dog that you see chasing cars a lot because you get bored very easy. They're another super intelligent dog. They need a lot of exercise and a lot of work to keep them right. But once you have them right, they're you know, same as every dog. Ah, guys. Yeah. That's what I mean, Sauce. That's what I mean. Like an Ackle, they had a lot of collies, but these guys had them. I have never seen. Like, have you ever seen a highly trained sheepdog in action? Good man, Roddy. Have you ever seen a really highly trained? I'm talking about one that's trained on the whistle. It's just of your own car. I don't know what to make of stuff that's beyond here half the time. When we lived in Ackle, we used to sit in the house by, and this dog would just appear in the front yard like a bullet. Lee, how's it going? No problem, Lee. Absolutely no problem. I hope your recovery's doing well. I hope it's doing well. It's a bit crazy here at the minute. But that's all we're going to talk about that. We'll push that off to the side of the screen. And we leave you there, COVID. So what basically would happen was that the farmer would drive up the road, right? And the dog would run in front of him, right? So no way, guys. So we'd just be sitting in the house, and this dog would run down the hill of the driveway and just jump off the drive. And the drive was about 10 foot above the field. Just jump over the fence into the field, right? He'd run down. Now the dog was on his own. There's nobody else with him. He'd run down. He'd get all the sheep and bring them up and hold them in the corner, right beside where our driveway was. The farmer would come down in his car about a minute later, drive very slowly round, stop. The dog would jump and away, and then the farmer would drive out after him. So it used to happen all the time, right? So I was there one day, and I got talking to the farmer, and he says, "Yeah, well, the dog runs ahead of me and rounds up all the sheep, so I only have to drive up the road, and the dog pushes them all up against the fence, and I count the sheep. Stop. The dog jumps the fence and runs into the next field and does the same." I say, that is exactly so. Exactly. This is Ackle. You know, you'd have sheep 10 miles up the mountains, like, you know, so, well, not 10 miles, but they'd be way up the mountains, like, so the boys would just send the dogs out. Dogs would go get them, bring them down, boys would count them. I don't know, Pat. They are amazing dogs. They really are. They are so super intelligent. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but it has that brain power, and it has that capacity, and it has that drive, right? And if that is not harnessed, they can be incredibly destructive. Guys, we're in a forum, right? A German Pointer forum. I've never been in a forum before about dogs or anything like that. I never really saw the need. But we just sort of stumbled across more for the pictures. Some of the incredibly photogenic dogs, I have to say. Yeah, they're tough dogs, but they have to be. You know, they have to be. But some of the questions nowadays, you know, some of the stuff people saying, I'm like there was something last week about somebody was saying, "Oh, myself and my wife work all the time, and you know, blah blah blah. We have a German Pointer, and it keeps wrecking the house. It only gets 20-minute walks a day, but it keeps wrecking the house. Why does my dog keep wrecking my house? Anybody guess why the dog keeps wrecking the house? Uh, do you know what I mean? Like talking pish. He said pish and chops. So it's crazy, you know. Like Bruno's a big dog. You know, there's big dogs and there's big dogs, Pat, and you'll know about this having your Great Danes and stuff, you know. When you get a dog that is athletic, Roddy, and you'll know as well, when you get a dog that is athletic and is a big dog, not a huge dog, they need a lot of exercise and they need a lot of training, you know. Great Danes and St. Bernards and stuff like that don't need. It needs a friend as well. Yeah, there's that side of it. The dog's obviously bored, you know. You know, like you notice here, if Cooter doesn't, or if Pockets does, Jesus, I've too many dogs. If Bruno doesn't have a good run, he starts sort of walking about the house and pulling at stuff. You know, he's like, I'm looking for something to break. I'm looking for something to break. So, what can you do? Guys, listen, if we didn't have dogs, where would we be? You know, it's as simple as that. As simple as that. What's that wee dog you have, Pat? What type? Is it a Shih Tzu cross or something? A Shih Tzu cross. Now, I would be one of these people that says, "Oh, I hate those wee toy dogs," but sad world, sad world. But my step mother-in-law has got two Shih Tzus, and they are the funniest things. They are the funniest things you'd ever see in your life, boy. They'll run around like hyperactive Duracell bunnies and then they'll just stop. But I mean, like, stop in mid-stride and fall asleep instantly on the ground. Yeah, that would be Bruno. Yeah, I understand that. Yes, that would be Bruno, you know. What? A Lhasa Apso mix. You know, so and this is the point, you know, certain dogs suit certain lifestyles. We're outside a lot. And here's the thing, and this is what we were talking about today, myself and Siobhan, is that since we got Bruno, even though we were a very outside family, we are like 50% more outside. Like we were saying, since we got him 6 months ago, whatever amount of months ago we got him, we can count the amount of days that he has not had to walk. 4 days. 4 days. I can't put this thumb down, sorry. 4 days since we got him that he hasn't had a walk, you know. So, like, he was out today for an hour and a half with me in Red Branch, and Siobhan took him for a run this morning. So Siobhan's, I don't know, whatever distance she runs, I don't know, 5K or something. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, so I took him up the mountain. Me, him, and Bruno Cooter were up the mountain for 3 hours. Like, up a mountain, back down a mountain, and up another mountain. Guys, I put some pictures up on Instagram of it. There's a watchtower and all. I might go up tomorrow. I might make a wee video of it. Would you like to see that? There's no watchtower from when the English were here, from when the Redcoats would have been here. So, and it's overlooking Dundalk on the border, and down across the Irish Sea, into the Irish Republic. And it's just running. I mean, we were out for 3 hours and he ran for 3 hours. And we were coming. It's you know the video I did where Evie has the camera that was released on Christmas Day. It's that woods, that path that we walk on. If we keep on going up that, it takes you up to the top of the mountain. So, and when we were coming back down, right, and he sort of looked at me. The dog I'm talking about, Bruno, obviously. Your dad sounds like a tank of a man, Pat. A tank of a man. I know we've spoken about this before, but so Bruno sort of looks at me. We're coming back down. We're heading back in. That bit of woodland that I've shown you, that beech forest, it's only a little section, and the rest of it is very, very open. And you go up, and there's a bit of Scotch pine and stuff. But we're heading back, and Bruno knows we're getting close to these beech trees, right? So he's turning around and he's looking at me, and I'm thinking to myself, what is he going to do here? He's getting ready. You know, the dog's getting ready to do something. Anyway, he bolts, gone into the woods, right? And I'm like, where is he going? Where is he going? What is he like? There's no livestock or anything like that. I'm not worried about anything. I have no idea what he's going to do, right? Now remember, we've walked for about an hour and back again. So I see him go way down into the woods to where we were, and he comes back, and that dog is happy, boy. He's found his stick that he left behind him when we were there on the way up, and I was like, Bruno, you're in Egypt, boy. And he's wagging his tail, boy. Wagging his tail. He's wagging his tail like he can fly with it. Oh, Dracula, you've missed everything. We've solved all the world's problems. Cured COVID, Brexit. It's all sorted. The financial crash, the refugee crisis, everything. We haven't talked about any of that. Not much, just me rambling, Dracula. Usual crack, just me talking absolute cack, as we say in Irish. Roddy, do you know what cack means? Cack is actually an Irish word, a Gaelic word. Yeah, he was happy. Sorry, Roddy. What does cack mean? I don't know. I think I got cut off there for a second. Guys, you know what is the most annoying thing? I have to wear my watch on my right arm. What does it mean? Cack, ack as well. They're two Irish words. Well, Gaelic words. I'm going to say ack. You say ack, ack, ash. Cack means shite. And ack means butt in Irish. So there you go. There you go. And I think it means the same. Yes. There you go. Dracalope, you can speak Irish. I've been growing the beard. I think it's just Gaelic. I think it's Gaelic is the underlying thing, isn't it? And Gaelic is it's all Latin, isn't it? Doesn't it all come the basis for that language, Latin? You know, so Gaelic, which would be Scotch and Irish and stuff like that. I don't know how long I'm growing the beard, to tell you the truth. I could have a beard for about 7 years, maybe. Well, I haven't actually. I obviously trim it and stuff, but I've actually been not trimming it lately. So, certainly going to grow it long. I've always been growing something long. So, I had the long hair before I had the long beard, and I always was clean shaven. Always was clean shaven when I had the long hair for some reason. Yeah, very, very similar. Very, very similar. So, I just thought, hey, I assume it does. Who would burn it off? Scots. Sorry, Scots, not Scotch. Scotch is a drink. Scots. I apologize. So yes. So it's weird like that. So we would call you our Celtic cousins. We would refer to the Welsh and the Scots, yes, as our Celtic cousins. Probably a lot of the I think the Celts were fairly well drove out of England, you know. Shaven with dreadlocks. There you go. There you go. With dreadlocks tied back with an undershave. A Mohican. I have no photographs here. No, I'm not getting lost in that photograph world again. So, what were we saying? What was that? Scotch was something that I would never drink. Whiskey was something I drank whiskey, I got in trouble. And I have a record that proves that. It's downstairs. You put it on and says, well, he drinks whiskey, he gets in trouble. What do the Irish folks think of McGregor? That is a question. McGregor is a controversial subject. I don't know. I think he fell in with the wrong crowd. He's very quiet. You don't hear a lot of him now at all. He did remarkable things in a very short space of time, but he didn't, if you know what I mean. He became very famous very quick, but he had been doing an awful lot of stuff building up to that. You know, oh, is he fighting tomorrow? I thought he was retired. What's he fighting? Is he boxing or is he actually MMA fighting? I know Sinead O'Connor, hey. Sinead O'Connor did that before McGregor, hey. They know who Sinead O'Connor is. Hang on a second. He has done remarkable things, guys. You have to give him that. You have to. No matter what has gone on out of the cage. Who's Dustin? I don't know who that is. It's MMA. Is anyway. I don't know about that. Hey. Right. So it's not even a proper fight, guys. This is all about money. McGregor's in it for the money, like, you know. Oh, he is a UFC fighter. Okay. I don't know. I think when McGregor got beat, it did knock a bit of his confidence out of him. But like, you saw him get beat before and come back. Do you know what I mean? I think he spread himself a wee bit too thin with trying to get all those different weights and stuff like that. Like he's a tank. And when he was doing well, I actually sat and I watched. If McGregor punched me in the face, he literally would put his fist right through my head. He just, you know, people would say, "Oh, it's a lucky punch, it's a lucky punch, it's a lucky punch." But I sat and I watched him, and he just breaks these people down, and it's just one punch, you know, one punch. I'm not into boxing or contact sports or anything like that. Not really, like, but I would, you know, I would support him because he's Irish, you know. So, but like, you know, but you look. He gets so much media attention, and look at Katie Taylor. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Katie Taylor. Like, she won the first women's gold medal in boxing. The first time women's boxing was ever in the Olympics. She's an Irish girl. She's from Dublin, and she's pretty much ignored by the media over here. Yeah, plenty of good Irish musicians. Jesus Christ, we can write it out song, boy. Yeah, I know. I've had me like a lump of eucalyptus, huh? But Katie Taylor is an amazing athlete, you know, an amazing athlete, and very, you know, she's just, no, soccer. No, he wasn't Irish, but he wanted to be, Roddy. Wanted to be. That's what they used to say to us when we went to Montana. They used to say that the world is 70% or 30% of the world is Irish, and the other 70% want to be. New brand of workwear. Favorite film, Wooly? Apocalypse Now. Favorite film of all time is Apocalypse Now. From the US. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Yes, I watch Gaelic. 1620, never heard of them. So I like Gaelic, but the GAA is ruining Gaelic football. And they're ruining it because they're not showing the matches anymore. Okay, now, 20 years ago, Armagh were a flying team, semi-finals, Ulster champions 6 years in a row, semi-finals every year. Won All-Ireland, probably should have won 4. Once they started doing not so good, the first round of the Ulster Championship isn't shown on TV. And if they get knocked out, then that football match, them matches go to Sky. I don't have Sky, and I'm not going to buy Sky just to watch Gaelic football. Do you know what I mean? So now I don't watch it. I'm not going to go to a pub because I don't drink. So now I don't watch GAA. Yeah. Shayab, how's it going? Yeah, I know, Saws, and this is the thing, right? I know. I tried it, Ginge. I tried it. Modro is right. Is that my business, right? Is Red Branch Bushcraft, and I teach bushcraft to kids, right? There is nothing else for kids to do in Ireland except GAA. Okay, for you guys that aren't Irish, you're going to find this really hard to understand. So we have a national sport, 2 national sports, hurling and Gaelic football, right? And they are overseen by an organization called the GAA, right? So it's like your NBA or your football association, whatever you have in the States, guys. But this organization controls everything. It's like there's 3 super organizations in Ireland that are vying and have control of everybody. The Catholic Church, right? Our political party, whoever's in charge, our government, and the GAA, which is a sporting organization. It's mental. No, it's not, but it's close. It's close. Guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on to Google and have a look at hurling and football, Gaelic football. It is, and these guys are amateurs. Nobody gets paid for these sports, okay? Yes, so it is. Like, there's nothing else. There's no other clubs. There's no other clubs that ever survive. It's just GAA. Every single little village in every county in Ireland has a bloody GAA pitch. A salmon? Hang on, what? Hang on, what was that? Yeah. So that's the thing, like, and listen, GAA is good, right? Yes, the fish. We do have salmon, but the same as Scotland, the same as everywhere else, we have salmon farms, which is destroying our native salmon. But here's what was I going to say there? But I live in a little village here, not a big population, maybe 600 people. Guinness and Woolies World. And guys, we won a junior championship there this year. And 3 days after we won, the whole football team went in the piss, went in the beer. We call it going on the beer, drink, like a bender, a 3-day bender. 4-kill. We won the junior championship. So, and not most of them, I would say. Not that's a tough one. I would say, Scott, how's it going? You're welcome along, buddy. I would say I'm in the north, so it's about 60-40 or about 70-40. Shinty and hurling are very similar, very, very similar. I think it's about 70-30 in the north, with 70% being Catholic and 30% being Protestant. But there's another in there, probably about a 5% other. In the Republic of Ireland, it's probably more like 90% Catholic. But guys, you're talking maybe 20% of that is actually practicing, that actually go to mass and do stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So you know, we're not. Our kids are being brought up in school because all schools are tied in with the church here, which is a disaster as well. So, but don't get me started on that. So all the kids do religion at school, and it's all the Catholic Church. So yes, it was. Yeah, in the north, in Northern Ireland, there was a war. So hang on a second. Sorry, I just got a message there. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the rule, isn't it? No COVID, no religion, no politics. Well, we're talking COVID, politics, religion. Right, end of that, end of conversation. Let's push religion. Get out religion. Ugh. Religion's gone with COVID downstairs. Yes. We had a war in the north. It's over. So, yes. So, what else? What were we saying? Where were we before we got? It is normal to talk about everything, absolutely everything. Or the Woolly Police. Oh, we were talking about injuries, COVID. I'm going to track in my head now. Injuries, COVID, GAA, politics. Yeah, I don't remember. Let's talk about something else. Okay, so I'll go back to the chats and see what the question was. Yeah, listen, 1M3 of nothing. Can I just call you nothing? Sorry, it's easier to say it. We're talking about McGregor. Yes. So yeah, there was a war. There was a war here. I grew up during it. So this village I live in here, guys. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. So where I split my wood out back in the day when I was a teenager, about 100 yards from that area, there was a massive British Army base. So we would have had soldiers on the streets. We would have had no, Roddy, we stay away from that. We would have had soldiers on the streets. We would have had helicopters in the air all the time. It was what was classed as a combat zone. So South Armagh here was, well, all of Northern Ireland was classed as a combat zone. So, actually, this is the whole road is melted because they parked vans there that fired mortars into the British Army base that was just there, so just beside us. So gun attacks, bomb attacks, sniper attacks, bombs, tripwires, all that sort of stuff used to go on when I was growing up. But it wasn't. It was the normality. It was the normality for me. Yeah, Pat. Yeah. So that was. I don't really think too much about it. It didn't really affect that much of our lives because we were just so used to it. So like here, for example, and we leave it after this example. So for example, I was reading in the national newspaper one time when I was about 20, when the ceasefires were well established and stuff, and I said that the lookout posts, so all the mountains around, you guys comment about how beautiful the scenery is and the mountains and stuff like that. So especially the mountain behind the house, when I show you the mountain behind the house. So there was a big, huge watchtower on that mountain, so that the British soldiers could overlook everything that was going on all around. So every mountain had one of those. So, and the helicopters would fly between them, and they would come in, and the helicopters weren't allowed to fly on their own because the IRA used to shoot them. They had blah blah. So I was reading front page of news, watchtowers in South Armagh are being dismantled. And I was like, no, they're not. What is this? What is this? And I looked up, and the watchtower that had been there my whole life was gone. Just so used to being there that you don't look up, So anyway, so guys, that was what they class as the troubles, that what we would call as a war. No, nothing. It wasn't that type of a war, Scott. So there's no, actually where the kids play park is what we call the green space. That's where the barracks was. So big, huge, open. Just another Saturday, Roddy. That's about is that Celtic and Rangers stuff, is it? Which is sort of a byproduct of it as well, you know. So it's that racial tension and stuff like that. So it's crazy. And guys, here's the thing, right? And here's the absolutely mental thing. We have had a ceasefire for 20 odd years, right? I'm not even sure how long it's been going on. The barracks is gone, the soldiers are gone. Okay, there's no police station here in Forkhill, and the summer past was the only summer since all this whole stuff started in the 70s, the war and stuff like that, was the only summer that there was no riots between the Catholics and the Protestants. And it was COVID that stopped the riots between the Catholics and the Protestants. Do you know what I mean? There's no bonfires. So the Loyalists didn't light any bonfires. There was no Orange Order marches through nationalist areas. So there was no riots. Mind-boggling. Let's talk about firewood. Let's talk about firewood. Guys, splitting firewood. So, you know, splitting firewood with one hand is tough, guys. I was looking at the firewood today, and I don't have a lot of firewood, and it's not good firewood. It's only cypress. The Hyundai. Do you remember it broke? No, probably not. Well, it broke. Thought it was gone. Thought it was never going to work again. And I took it into my guy, and it was a fuel line gone. What's the 3D man? And it was a fuel line, and I left it in to get them fixed. But with different things that's been going on, I haven't got it back. And you know, I need it. Fatwood. Fatwood is the business, man. Fatwood and birch bark are the business. That's what we were talking about that already. Jack, Dragalo, you missed that. So, I left it in to get fixed, and I didn't get it back out. So I keep meaning to go in, and then it's like everything's shut, and it's, you know, so it's sitting in the garage. I'm sure he's fixed it. Do you know what I mean? Triffid, yeah, I know what you mean, Pat, but then I have to hold the saw. So, and it's that sort of hold saw position that is most painful, because of the way the bone sort of sticks up and it pulls down on it like that. So when we were doing when you're in, oh, behave, when you're in with the nurse and she's doing all the different movements stuff to see what's the worst, it's that position I would be in holding the saw that would be the worst. So I can't run the saw for 2 weeks. I probably could, but I probably shouldn't. Triffid, that I don't know. The Irish can play up on stuff. You know, a couple of drinks in us, and we're all poets and singers and stuff like that. You know, especially when we're abroad. So it did go on for a long time. That's the only thing, and it was bitter, you know. Yous are dragging me back, Roddy. Don't be blaming me. No, just the one, Turkish. Welcome, Turkish. This is the first time I've seen you comment here. No, just the one. A very, 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 very little thing. Roddy, listen, Turkish. I'm sorry. Roddy hates us talking about the broken wrist, because we went on and on and on and on and on about it. So, oh, it's all right. Hey, don't be worrying about it. Just the one. So it's a very, very small thing. It's more of an inconvenience than anything else. I'm sure getting whacked with the stump was painful, especially if it hit you in the cojones. So, yeah. So I was looking at the firewood pile, and I was thinking to myself, geez, I wish Oregon had sent me that splitter. Both of them. Oh, I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure. No, Turkish. It was a very simple thing. It wasn't much at all. Like, really wasn't. So, it's just we have talked about it a fair lot. And I think, did the video come out yesterday Or did it come out the day before? So I obviously shot the chainsaw video last week before this happened. I think I could have done it I think I could have shot the video last Saturday. Thanks, Roddy. See, that's because you love me. So what video came out today? What day is today? It's Friday. It's Friday Night Live with Wally. Of course it's Friday. Yeah, so I would have shot that last week. So the only wood I have at the minute is out of cypress, and it's not very good wood, but there's a wee bit of ash mixed in there. But I have a load of it down a Red Branch, guys, and I need to get it. I need to get it out in the car park. Do you know what I mean? And I can't drive into Red Branch because everything's too muddy, and I keep getting stuck. And you know, I can't load it all up and take it up in the back of the truck because I can't split it. So it must be Friday, Dracula. You are right. So, you know, what do you do? Well, Born Outside, how's it going? How's it going? So, guys, that's the thing. So I'm back to having the itch for a big load of firewood. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And it sort of takes 8 good trees. Now, a friend of mine is potentially taking down a tree at his house, and I will get all of the firewood. And this is I'm going to record it as well. So another friend of mine is going to have to come and cut the tree down. This thing is a 300-year-old beech tree that has grown on its own, and it is, I would say it's 10 foot at the stump. It is massive, massive. I am going to let Roddy answer that question, Born Outside. Guys, this tree is massive. What are you taking down? Carlo's only down the road. Carlo's a fair bit down the road. Saws this thing, when you look up, listen, I'll go up to his house and I'll do a wee video of it. Roddy, pleasure, man. Thanks for coming down. Or thanks for coming down. Doesn't even make any sense. Thanks for stopping by, okay? So, guys, this thing is like, it's just such a beauty, right? But it's, the house grew too close to it, so unfortunately. So the tree has to come down, guys. And there's branches of this tree have fallen off and are actually on the roof of the house, but they're being held by the rest of the tree, so they're not causing any damage on the house. So it's a serious undertaking. Like, so it's going to, like, there's going to be diggers involved in this and everything, and pulleys and pulling cables down into a field and everything. So the deal is that these guys are going to cut the tree down and I get all the firewood. So possibly, the storm. Bob, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yes, so I could do with a load of pine, actually. That's what we were talking about as well, Turkish. You missed at the start. I might go up and see if I can. Making all these plans, they can't do anything. No way. Guys, my chopping block out the back, I have 2 chopping blocks. One is the one with the tire, and I have a smaller one. The one with the tire, Dracula, I'm not going to reply to that. Guys, the big one with the tire is Sycamore, and there's a little one that I use for split. Let it season for too long, and I tried to split it with the axe, guys, and it was like splitting concrete. Jesus Christ of Almighty! So I went and I says, right, cutting a piece of this, and I cut a 4-foot piece of it, big piece like that. I like my chopping blocks 9 height, just below waist height, and it's concrete. Absolute concrete. And the piece of ash that's on the ground, it's the same. So listen, I feel your pain. Hey, I feel your pain. My messages have gone, guys. Saws, I swear to God, it is serious stuff. What's the CC on a 251 now? I don't know. And I was using that semi-chisel chain. Yeah. Actually, listen. All I'd say it hasn't seen fuel in 6 years. You know, I think there's an issue with the piston. But an 066, but an 066 is a pro saw, is it? Guys, I know nothing about stills, to tell you the truth. Nothing. I do have a still hedge cutter, a hedge trim cutter, you know, but that's only, it's only 6 months old, you know, and it's good. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. And that's the thing, guys. I am not biased against saws. I just think the Husqvarna are better saws. Like a Husky 390. But you're listening, the 390's class saw, you know, that's one of their top saws. That's one of their top 3 saws. Well, they're top of the line 3 saws. I don't know what their top 3 saws would be. If you were to talk to people, Jackalope, that was excellent. Well, you see, it's the same saws. I'm a Husky fan because that MS181 that is in the shed give me nothing but bother. The pistons blew out of it, or not the piston, sorry, the corroded the treads on the inside and blew out the treads. You know, to get that bored out and replaced. Then the pistons went. There was always an issue with that saw, always, but probably because it was used, it was abused, you know. So when that saw wasn't working properly for me, I bought Igor, right? So that's actually my mother's chainsaw. She lent it to me. I bought Igor. Sorry, Born. Yeah, it's chainsaws. We're talking about chainsaws. So I bought the Husky, the 435, which is 41cc chainsaw. Yeah. But you see, that's the thing, hey. That's the thing. Like, you talk to a Husky man and you say, what's the best Husqvarna chainsaw out there? They're going to say a 372 or a 365. You know, some would say 395s, but a 395 is a dog of a saw. You want to be a big man to be running something like that all day. But then you just get used to it, I suppose. I am not. Never, ever have I been accused of being a big man, and I can run the Frankensaw all day, and it's a heavy beast of a saw, you know. But then I only run a 20-inch bar. Does that make a difference? I don't know. Sorry, Born. If you want to pipe up if you've got anything particular you want to talk about, hey man, fire away. We're all over the shop here. We're like a good sketch, you know. We're all over the place. So let me see. What did I just miss there in the chat? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, well, Scott, it's the same here. A little saw is better for a farmer. Well, I am a farmer. A small farmer, outstanding in my own field. Do you know that my second name is actually Farmer? Well, you see, there's that as well, Pat. You know, so stand up and buck, you know. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that Buchan's phrase? Which is a good one, and it makes sense, you know, but I don't mind. I really don't. But I do like... What are Engelberts? I don't know what Engelberts are. Humperdinks. Engelbert Humperdinck. So, you know, I'm only 5'7", guys. You know, I know, Pat, you're quite tall, aren't you? I know some of these tall guys that must be crippled, bending over all the time running saws. You know, yeah. Well, you see, that's what I mean, Pat. I'm 5'7". I have been in a life where I have done a lot of jobs where I had to bend over, so I'm sort of used to it. But hey, listen, 5'5". Top handles, guys. That 525 that I bought only cost me 320 quid. Oh yeah. I tell you what, Born. I know a couple of guys wearing all that stuff. A friend of mine swears by it. I actually had that catalogue for a long time. Yeah, they look the business. I tell you what happened was I had a voucher there, and I never even thought of them. A load of people, I got a couple of vouchers for Christmas, and I bought a pair of Sealand trousers. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Sealand. They make hunting gear. The Harkalika and Sealand are the same company, right? Sealand is sort of a little bit less expensive. I had a Sealand coat before, 2 Sealand coats before. They were quite good. But I bought a pair of canvas Sealand trousers. They're like really, really tough, but they were too big for me. So I sent them back. So I had Amazon vouchers. So I ended up with a load of credit on Amazon. And then for my birthday, somebody got me an Amazon voucher as well. So I bought a pair of Helicontex trousers. I don't know if you guys have Helicontex or if you've heard of Helicontex. But Dave Canterbury is their ambassador. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I do remember seeing them about 10 years ago in the Airsoft sort of line of things. Everybody who had Helicontex stuff, and I don't know, it seems very good. I don't know if you guys watch the Outdoor Gear Review. I like Saws. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. They do look like a decent brand, but what I found was their sizing was a little bit off. I had a fleece, and it was like, it's sort of designed for more for a small fat person. Do you know what I mean? I'm a small skinny person, you know. So, but so I ordered a pair of their trousers. So I'm really looking forward to them coming and seeing what they are. And I'm still waiting for that stuff to come from Vorstulika as well. And I'm really excited about that stuff because from what I'm reading about the Vorstulika stuff, if I have this right, now I have been wrong. I was very wrong with the I was very wrong with the Garpethan stuff, you know, because I thought Garpethan was going to be your budget Falraven stuff. I don't know if you know who Dave Canterbury is, but he's a very famous bushcrafter in the States. But I have unsubscribed to him lately, and I don't follow him on Instagram anymore because everything is a sales post. Everything is a sales post. So he has a very funny advert for some crowd for some European crowd. It's not in English, and where he's like running through the woods doing all this stuff, and he starts a fire by rubbing his beard together and all. It's very funny. But I don't know the man personally, like, but he owns Self-Reliance Outfitters, I think. But he is the brand ambassador for Helicontex. So I'm really looking forward to getting their stuff. But then it doesn't come. He was something to do with one of those programs, yes. But then here's the thing: you can buy, and this is what I'm having difficulty getting my head around, and this is why I ended up looking really hard at the Vorstulika. Yeah, he has done really well for himself. Yeah, he has. Because the Vorstulika stuff, guys, you can buy it the same way you can buy the US Army BDUs. You know, the battle dress uniform. You buy, you know, medium, small regular. You know, so you buy the different size waists to go with 3 different size legs. You know, and that moves up. So you have small waist, medium waist, large waist. You know, which makes sense. So I'm buying those Helicontex ones, and you can get a 30-inch waist, a 32-inch waist, a 34, and so on and so on. But the smallest leg size is a 32, and I'm like, guys, that means I have to cut the bottom of them and get them sewn. Do you know what I mean? It's like, just make bloody different leg sizes, you know. You know, so the Garpethan stuff as well, guys. You know, you buy size 46 or size 48. You know, there's no rhyme nor reason with the leg, and so you think to yourself, right, well, size 46 is going to be smaller in the legs. No, they both have 32-inch legs, and it's like, so that doesn't fit me. So I don't know if you've watched the Garpethan video, guys. I know I've gone on about it before, guys, but the sizing was all over the place, and I'm hoping it's not an issue. It's like, it annoys me that it can't make trousers to fit everyone. Steve, sorry, how's it going? You know, so I'm hoping that the Vorstulika stuff turns up I didn't get the trousers I wanted. I wanted to get their outdoor line because I think I'm undertone and underweight. No, I'm not. Yes, I am, Stephen. Steve, I'm resting it. No, I'm not. I'm not resting it at all. No, no, no. Yeah, well, you see, at least you have that option in jeans, Pat. That's what I mean. You have that option in jeans. So you can go, like, I end up buying stuff, and it's like, you can't get it to fit you in the waist, or you can't get it to fit you in the legs. Small man problems. Skinny waist, small legs. How bloody hard is it? Like, my favorite pair of trousers, I can't wear them anymore because I'm too big in the waist for them. But they are only a 28-inch waist, So I'm about a 31-inch waist. But I'm only about a 28 to 30-inch leg. It's like, rah, rah. So that's why I'm hoping this. Yeah. Do you know what I mean, Steve? Like, my uncle's the same. He probably has a 28-inch leg as well. Like, yeah. Maybe I should start my own bloody clothing company. Has anybody got about £1 million that they can lend me? I'll start my own clothing company for normal size people, which is, 28-inch leg and a 44-inch waist. Short legs, long body, yeah. Size 7 shoe. Jesus, can you ever get one? I bought two new hats today. I bought 2 new hats because when I was wearing all the Garpethan stuff, guys, I realized that I had been wearing all the Garpethan stuff with a big Ridgeline hat plonked on the top, so you're never going to get brand exposure. And this is something, believe it or not, that I think about. Brand exposure. Why, like, stupid, isn't it? Like, so Garpethan are not going to share your photographs. Well, I've burned that bridge anyway. They're not going to share your photograph if you have a different, different gear. So I don't really think of it. Sometimes if I'm down at Red Branch, I would get Lily to take pictures of me. So there I was, and we had taken all these class pictures, right? Wearing the Garpethan stuff, and this big, like, completely obvious Ridgeline hat. It's like, right, so I give all my Ridgeline hats to Lily, and there was one of them was really cool. I loved the bobble one. It was a really nice hat. What? I don't. Irons will burn. I don't know what that means, Pat. You're going to have to explain that one. So I've been wearing that grey sort of funny looking urban camouflage hat for a long time. And that's actually a Vans hat, believe it or not. And I bought that in TK Maxx years ago. I just found it in the cupboard. But it's starting to lose its shape because I'm wearing it. So nice. What sort of a saw is it? Oh, actual branding. Sorry, Pat. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah, it's a good job I didn't get the Garpethan brand stuck on my head. But yeah, so guys, update on Garpethan. I have heard nothing back from them. Spear and Jackson. Okay. Cool. I did ask Oregon about sending me one of their battery saws, but I haven't heard anything back from them in a long time. Maybe they have grown tired of Wooly and his ramblings as well. But so yeah, I really, guys, if you don't have expectations, you'll never be disappointed, right? But I really hope this the Vorstulika stuff is the gear that I have been searching for, right? So the way Wooly works, the way I work, guys, is that I sort of look for stuff until I find the right stuff. And once I find it, I just sort of stick with that and keep going. So, for example, it took me to get the Franken saw to find the right saw, one that I need, you know, one that I needed. So I didn't feel that my footage, my YouTube footage was up to scratch until I got the Canon M50, and then I felt, right, that's it. Until I got the Spyderco Bushcraft UK, and then I stopped. Okay, but now I have the Vorstulika knife as well, and I'm finding myself using that all the time. So this is what I reckon. If the Vorstulika stuff, if the Vorstulika own brand clothing is as good as their own brand knife, my God, I am going to promote that stuff out the door, because it is. Talking about a smock, right? No bother, no bother. Just let me finish this bit, because it's sort of based on the gear. You're talking about a smock, same construction, same material as the Garpethan one, but it only costs 60 quid. Yeah, exactly. Which knife, Turkish? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Spyderco, or are you talking about the sugar biscuits? Or are you talking about the Vorstulika? I don't have the Vorstulika here, but I have the Spyderco here. Give us a second, guys. I told Siobhan I wasn't going to be on all night, and it's nearly 2 hours. Oops. And I tell you what, yeah, well, it's hard to spell. I tell you what, guys, a good brand, if you're looking to buy cheap outdoor gear, you can't go far wrong with the Decathlon, their hunting range, guys. If you're into the bushcraft and stuff. Sorry, I don't have the Vorstulika here. Sorry, Turkish. But this is the that's the Spyderco Bushcraft UK. Guys, that is the most comfortable knife you'll ever put in your hand. But that's a £250 knife. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the Vorstulika knife, the I think it's the Jerva Poco or something it's called. Turkish, it's going to be in my video tomorrow. I'm doing a one-handed fire lighting video tomorrow, okay? Well, I've already done it and recorded it. Yeah. You probably saw the Danish bushcraft guys basically try to kill it, and they couldn't kill it. It is indestructible. It is a brilliant knife, and you're 40. It's between 40 and 60 quid. Do you know what I mean? 220 to 250. You're going to retail that at. That's a Brock knife, a Davy Brock knife. That's a prototype. That's a prototype of the Red Branch knife that we've never really gone any further with. It's quite a good knife as well. Solid, dependable. Needs to be thickable. One of the what, Turkish? The Jello ones. What's the Gelio ones? I don't know what that is. Sorry. So yeah, guys, the stuff is bomb proof. Yeah, bit later. Yeah. Loaded petrol. The Jello Poco, yeah. He makes really good stuff. Davey makes really nice knives, right? He's only up the road from me here, about 10 minutes. He was doing an F range of knives that were only 100 quid. I don't know if that's still happening or not. I haven't spoken to him in a while now, so I haven't spoken to him since probably since June last year. So, guys, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm not banking on it, but I'm hoping that the Vorstulika stuff is bomb proof. On which, Scott? On which knife? On the Poco, on the Vorstulika knife. Vorstulika knife. Vorstulika. Is it? Where's the liquor? Apparently you pronounce it like get to the chopper and where's the liquor. The Spyderco holds an excellent edge, hey. Both of them do. An excellent edge. But the Vorstulika is like a bloody pry bar, okay? It's 4mm thick, right? But it's 4mm thick. But this, all right, okay. Turkish, you lost me there. Sorry, you bamboozled me with information I wasn't aware of. I didn't know that's who make it. Who made it, guys? This is 3.5 or 3mm thick. I can't remember which. So some of you there on Google, get onto it and tell me what thickness the Bushcraft UK is. But guys, I've never damaged it. But you honestly feel like I've never damaged it. I've never had an issue with it. I have battered this, and you just feel like you could hammer through a wall with it. Okay, and guys, I put the pucko into a stump and I beat it with a big branch a fair few times, you know, for the video tomorrow. And I should listen to it. Bomb-proof. It's bomb-proof, guys. Absolutely bomb-proof. Here, I tell you what, guys. It's nearly 10 to 11. My arm's sore, my throat's sore, and my brain's sore. My ass is sore from sitting in the seat. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Guys, this was another brilliant live feed. I have to say that I'm really enjoying them, and I'm really looking forward to them. Roll on every Friday afternoon, and I'm looking forward to doing my live feed. And it's cool that you guys will sit here and talk absolute cack with me for nearly 2 hours. I love it. Brings us closer together, guys. Closer together. Who's making them, Steve? Oh no, you see, interest is peaked again. Who's making them, Steve? Yeah, no problem, Turkish man. Listen, drop into the comments on the videos. I always get Marlon, I'm just about to go. I'm really sorry. Turkish, drop into the chats on the live feeds. Well, Pat, it's not quite 24. No, I'm not going for 3 hours. Jesus, we were 2.5 hours last week. Do you know that? So, guys, here's the thing. I'll always answer you back in the video comments. Okay, so if you comment on the videos with any questions or anything like that, yeah. 7 hours. Carrying Out Knives on Facebook. Steve, can you send me a link on Facebook? Can you? I'll have a look. Guys, I love knives. I love axes. I love chainsaws. I love firewood. Will do, Triffin. Guys, the live feeds are going to be at 9 o'clock every Friday. Permitting, if I can. Okay? The videos come out at 6 o'clock every day. Okay? Set those notifications, click those bells, whatever you need to do, guys. I'll catch you in the comments. I'll chat to you on Facebook, guys, or drop me an email, whatever you want, okay? Stay frosty. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight.